You're allowed to have needs. You're allowed to want love. You're allowed to want love that shows up for you. And winter can really trick us into believing we have to chase it. February can feel like such a strange in-between. Even though spring is definitely close, it still feels so far away. It can be a season of longing in so many ways for so many of us, where everything we want, love, connection, warmth, certainty, all just feel out of reach. But here's the thing. February is also a month of love, a month of quiet magic. And I don't want that to slip by without touching it. Yep. This season can definitely make our hearts feel stretched wide open, raw, tender, wanting. But what if we met that feeling with something different? What if, instead of seeing it as emptiness, we let it be an invitation to get intimate with our wants, to become familiar with the needs that show up, to hold each and every one of those needs close instead of pushing them away, making ourselves wrong, making the world wrong, or trying to make ourselves not want what we want or need what we need. Because this is where the shift happens. When you open that door, the door of your wants, the door of your needs, the door of knowing that you have needs, and allowing yourself to want what you want without fear, or, okay, maybe with some fear, but with resolve anyway, things will start to move. Your needs are not the problem. And your needs are not going away. So instead of fighting them, let's create a vortex of power inside you, knowing you will need. And then we can talk about the flip side. The part that feels messier. The part where wanting your needs met can start pulling you into old, ineffective patterns. Because yes, it is natural to want, it's very natural to want a partner who can meet your needs. It's natural to want a partner who wants to meet your needs. And where it gets tricky and what we're about to untangle here is where not all of us choose these relationships, where our partner is the one who can meet all our needs. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, okay? Hear me out. Where things get messy is when we lose ourselves in the strategies we believe will get our needs met. And I really want you to hear this. This is where we wind up gripping too tightly, where we're shape-shifting, over-functioning, over-explaining, overworking. We're twisting ourselves into something we are not, just to feel safe, to feel wanted, to feel chosen. And it's noble in a lot of ways. There's a lot of ways. It's very noble, and it's also kind of masculine in a way, just inefficient, simply because it doesn't serve our feminine soul and keeps us in a forever winter of sorts. So where we're white knuckling it, we're gripping onto what we think we need in order to have what we want, instead of simply being able to let go and let in, receiving from this soft but strong, empowered place you definitely have within you. And this is how we start letting a man's attention define our worth, and how we're going to stop this pattern that doesn't serve us. It doesn't serve who you want to be. It doesn't serve who you need to be, who you need yourself to be, and ultimately who you are underneath all of this, underneath all of what you've been told. This is the trap of other-esteem. This is fun, okay? This is a place where we are looking outside ourselves for validation. And I say it's fun, the wording is fun here, other-esteeming. It's a way, framing it like this, I'm hoping it helps to help you catch it when it's happening, right? Codependency may or may not resonate for you as a term. But if you've ever felt yourself and your sense of self rising and falling with a man's attention, there's definitely something here for you to explore too. Because codependency isn't just about needing someone. It's not just about needs. It's about needing that person to be okay so we can be okay. Yeah, messy, huh? So what if you have been stuck in this place? I get what it feels like. And if you're finding yourself in situations or with men who aren't offering you what you need, what you want, where it kind of seems like it's all on your shoulders to make it okay, make him okay. If you find yourself working so hard for a man's esteem and wondering why this keeps happening, when you're smart, you're capable, you are wonderful. Keep this in your pocket. It's not about pretending you don't have needs. It's not about forcing yourself to be chill or independent, the cool girl. What this is all about is learning and practicing holding your needs without white knuckling life, and it's gonna feel wild. And you can do it. I know you can do it. This shift from other-esteem to self-esteem can feel enormous, but this is good news. It can happen in even the tiniest moments of awareness, okay? All of these fun, fanciful tools that we do, this is what's gonna get you out of the hole into what you want, no matter where you're starting from. So just like the frozen ground already holds the heart of spring, your needs, everything that you want, everything that you need, already hold the promise of being met. So when you start practicing trust with you instead of chasing strategies, you're gonna start seeing it more and more every day. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to be adored, cherished, celebrated, and yes, all your needs and wants too. This is not about convincing yourself you don't need anyone, if that's not clear just yet. It's about connection, not control, but connection. That's where we're going to. We're moving from other-esteem and codependence to interdependence. So what does healthy interdependence look like? This is you being able to hold your emotions while still wanting closeness. Can you imagine yourself standing in front of a man, holding all those shaky feelings, the fear, maybe even the anger, really feeling them, and still wanting that love, still wanting to be close, okay? It looks like trusting that your needs matter without pressuring your partner, without pressuring any specific avenue to fill that need. And this is a much bigger topic. All of the hows that you're gonna have. How do I do that, right? How do I do that? There's lots of ways to tackle the how without getting too attached to the how, all right? And that's part of it. It looks like allowing love to flow towards you. Water wheel coming towards you, remember? Rather than gripping, demanding, and making ultimatums. The hardest part of all of this is simply learning to sit in the space between winter and spring. So let's just do that right now. On one side of you, I want you to just picture winter, and I'm gonna picture it like a sexy man, a mythical man muse. I'm gonna let this be a beautiful mythical man muse. Let him be on one side with his realm of winter and the trees, and just let yourself see that, feel it. And on your other side, I want you to picture spring. And for me, I'm gonna picture this, a beautiful spring goddess. She's got flowers in her hair. There's little beautiful flowers peeking up from the ground. The snow is melting. There's birds singing, okay? Picture this however it looks for you. And just sit here in the middle with me. Take a breath, shake out your shoulders, and just see how this feels. I'd love to know what comes up for you, by the way. Yeah, this is the hardest part, and we're gonna do it together right here. We're learning to sit in the space between winter and spring. And the gift I would love to give to you is letting it be romantic. Let it be something gorgeous. Let it inspire you. Feel your way through. And as you do, notice the tells. Notice all the tells of what you want and what you need and where you are and where you go without making yourself or any part of this process wrong or bad. It's all information. It's all gifts. It's all messages. So notice where you want to shut down these gifts. This is something we can make a lot of headway in a private session, and I'm very happy to help there. Just let me know. Send me a note. Where we want something deeply, but we don't force it to come faster, that is you winning. Where we feel the ache, but don't let it control us, that is us winning. Where we allow ourselves to get exquisitely vulnerable with our unmet wants without abandoning ourselves, that is something to celebrate. Okay, these are these tiny moments that seem like, how do we sit in this in-between? How do we let ourselves be in the process when we might know what it is that we want? We might be able to visualize it so well, but we still have to be with ourselves now. Okay, this is the win. This is where the magic happens. This is where love can take shape in the moment where you are now. This is what's going to help you open yourself up and turn you around from the chase. If you have ever felt stuck in the winter of waiting, unsure of how to balance needing and trusting, I'd love for you to explore this more with me and other gorgeous women all around the world in the Rory Ray Siren Island program. If this conversation is pulling something awake in you, if you've ever felt stuck in the winter of waiting, maybe you're feeling it now. If you've been feeling unsure of how to balance needing and trusting, I'd love for you to join me and so many other brilliant women inside the Rory Ray Siren Island program. You'll have live coaching classes with feminine energy experts every month. I'll be there. You'll have an exclusive access ticket to the live recording session of Feminine Energy Radio podcast and video series with me and my beloved mentor, Rory Ray. You'll also have personalized support as you shift from chasing and receiving. And a full year of access is only $329. It's really less than like an hour of private coaching, and it will get you so far. So I will leave you a link to try out Siren Island, see how it works. I'd love to know how you experience it. If you'd like to work with me on one-on-one, write me and I will write you back with the next steps. We'll make sure that you have the exact right next steps for you and what you want most. Spring always comes. Just remember that. Please remember that. And love is always so much closer than you think. Feel your way through and be ready to be surprised. I'm sending you so much love.